So we have Viper eSports versus Untamed Gaming. Untamed starts on the T side after winning the knife round. We have 2 viewers in here. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to have Auto Director on for this. He is my co-commentator, as we have 4 players going B. As you can see, they are making their way down lower tunnels. Viper has made a very good call. They played 3 players on Cat. The gamble has worked out in their favor, but it does leave the B site defense slightly weakened. There's only 1 player here, though. He does have utility. 1 player is Door. As Saucy takes the fight versus the opening player, he dies to Glory on the entry, but they are quickly on the flank. Viper Lock is already quick flank, and they don't expect it. He gets 1 free kill. He peeks out and takes another one. Actually, that's Biff. Lion on the site now. Last player alive, JKR. He is outside the doors. This does not look likely. The CTs do in fact have a kit, and he's in a 1v4 scenario. This looks dire for the terrorist, and he goes down. First round, the way of Viper eSports. Convincing, leaving 4 players left up alive. Though the terrorists did get the bomb down, so they do have the option to force up into this round. We'll see what they do. Galeels are bought up. There are 4 currently, 5 Galeels. Galil is technically superior to the FAMAS, so the tiers do have better weaponry. The CTs are going to take long control, and it seems like the terrorists are going to take top mid. Maybe a cat attack. There is 1 player lurking in tunnels, though. Ts are charging up cat. The CTs do not expect it. Tagged down to 30 already as JKR. A little bit of nade damage is dealt onto I Will Not Lose. Interesting name. The Ts decide to back up and take some presence elsewhere, towards mid, namely. Very little information is gained by the CTs. They do not know where the terrorists are, though they can assume. They do not check the close corner, and Lion gets 2, almost a third with just the MP9. Slossy does go down on the B site, though, so that is B site open. This will enable a bomb plant. Locke gets a quick kill on the player mid, though. That does leave them in a 3v2 CT favor. That being said, players do have less than 100 HP among both Ts. As he gets mollied out, he is forced to peek, and Locke takes both players down. That is a relatively successful round for the CTs, only losing 2 players on a complete force. The Ts do have some money here. They can buy Galeels again if they want, or they can save for a very good purchase on the next round. Either way, the CTs did consume some money on that, but they can get an op out here if they would like. Black Lion could get body armor op if he wanted. Instead, he's just going to opt for the M4. Deals around the board for the T side. Untamed Gaming are going for the aim duels, the Dust 2 specialty. They have very little in the way of utility, so it seems as though they are going to have to rely on their aim. That's what 5 Deagles is useful for. They're heading up cat as well as mid. They throw a flash out mid. Not much happening there, though. Smoke off cat, as well as 1 CT. This is more so just a distraction play. And it seems to be working. 2 players are expended towards mid as well as some utility. And the Ts hear this. They're going to act on this. They've got 4 players here, and it seems like they're going to pop through the smoke as soon as this fades. Locke's going to have to hit some nasty headshots here, or else he is going to be in trouble. Especially if they all peek at once. And Locke is the only player towards the A site as well. He takes very minimal damage, but takes 1. He's about to take 2. He goes down, dealing 70 damage. Lion goes down mid. This is definitely doable for the terrorist side. They have 2 weapons recovered, and they have a bomb plant with a favorable position. Seems to be some confusion on the Gandalf position, though. Saucy aware of the player that killed Lion towards mid. He's watching that position. They know that there's some players up cat. Glory hits a One tap onto Crazy. Biff trades back, though they do not expect the second player there. Biff takes another one as Sloshy goes down. Biff goes down as well. That is a very successful round from the terrorists. They only had deagles, but they made the right call. They threw some utility towards mid, and they drew a lot of players off. They even drew some utility so that they knew that those players were there. CT's economy is in dire straits, and this is very early on. Meanwhile, the T's, because they picked up weapons last round, are going to have a very healthy balance. CTs, though, are very economically safe. Only 2 deagles invested, no utility. I would have liked to see a flash so that the deagles could have had a nice aim duel. Locke takes out Crazy. I guess he wanted to deny one of the T's. Black Lion does take one down, and Bagel God is down to 2 HP if Sloshy could just hit one USP shot on him. Oh, but he does in fact see a gun that is retrievable. He picks up an M4, though there is a player behind him who's going to catch him out in 1 second, unless it doesn't, and unless the, you know, auto-director decides that it doesn't want to do that. Another successful round for the terrorists, though if Sloshy can take this gun away and keep it, holding it onto it in the next round, that would definitely be a successful round, considering they only invested 1,400 in those 2 deagles. They did take 1 gun away. If he could kill 1 more, or potentially even 2 if he catches off Bagel God, that would be very helpful to them and their cause. The spray from I Will Not Lose, though, is very good. Round 5 is now going to commence. It seems like the CTs are being a little bit lenient. They're willing to give up another round as they just got a few pistols, though they do in fact have a kit. It seems like a B stack is the wrong call, as the T's are fast out long. Four players are wrapping around to T spawn, though. They might, if the T's are not fast enough, they might actually get caught on their flank. There's a couple of players mid that might reach each other soon as well. See how that fight commences. Or won't. Player just goes up cat, doesn't want to really engage anybody, but Bagel God is going to see a lot of bodies here. He ran out of bullets. Sloshy takes the kill with a P250, though he does have to reload. He dinks another player. If he had some more bullets, he might have been able to win that fight. Instead, he just gets off with the dink, down to 17 HP. Biff is the last one alive. He's still sitting mid, as though he was anticipating someone to be here. Sadly, it does not appear to be the case. Also, I am sorry. I just realized that was up. Biff does take one down. It is a strained effort. It takes all 7 of his deagle shots, though he does take one down. He gets to save an AK into the next round. That's going to help their economy a decent amount, though it's not really going to scuff the terrorists' economy. 3-2 the score. This is the side pick of Untamed Gaming, though. The CTs get out some weaponry as well as a fair amount of utility, though they dispense 2 smokes out towards mid. An Xbox smoke is thrown, but that's not really the true objective of it. It's just to take off vision as 3 players make their way up. Nade is thrown towards B, and right now there is no information for the CTs. They're playing no one long, and they just saw the Xbox smoke, though they do have 2 players up there. One gets mollied out of position, and the other is forced to back off, unable to help. A triple kill is a quadra kill. This round just turned on its head very fast as 4 kills went in the ways of the terrorists in just but a moment. 2 up on Cat and 2 elsewhere that I did not see. Meanwhile, the terrorists left bomb outside of long doors, unsure of what was going to happen. what was going to transpire as that round went down. They're just trying to play it safe. Slossy is left in a 1-on-5 with an AUG and a flashbang. He's just left to save. He's going to get into a fight. He's going to take him down to 6 HP, but Glory takes the kill. 4-2 now in favor of Untamed Gaming. CTs have max loss bonus, but very little doing ever since the pistol round win. Biff buys a hero op. So we're going to see what he can do with it. They still stack 4 players towards A. I'm going to stick on Biff here for a minute just to see what he can do with this hero op. He gets the opening kill, and that was what they needed. The terrorists are probably going to be thrown into a scatter. Very little is going to be known. Slossy gets a P250 kill towards B, takes down the Opera. They are now in a 3-on-4. An op shot goes towards the B doors as he sees the player crossing. There's already a quick flank, but there's a player close the door. Lock takes substantial damage from the Molotov and gave away his position, but Biff got a nice kill. Watching that flank, aware of the player that's always been around there. Biff goes down, as does Lock. It's just left to Crazy. That was a very good try from the CT side. They did a lot of damage, but unfortunately they were not able to pull it off. Though the hero op was not a bad idea by the CT side, because even though Biff bought it, he's still at 5350. If he wants, he can glass cannon an op or trade it to another teammate, and that's what he does. Back to more normal rounds. I'm sure that Viper is confident in their ability to win this if they bought a hero op only last round and brought it that close. Again, they are doing the 2-player cat strategy, though this time this is a very interesting, very unique strategy. They have no players towards long doors. Biff gets legged through the doors mid, taking 70 damage. Nade goes up towards cat, dealing a decent amount of damage. A double nade, dealing almost 80 damage in total. The smoke thrown from long to add confusion, as it looks like 4 players are going to go up towards cat. There are 2 players for the CTs here, though. Crazy gets one and dinks another, but it is very quickly traded. The remaining 3 players are on B, and they don't move. It looks like they're just planning on saving. Very little is happening in this round for the remainder of it. I would now like to take this time to thank our sponsor, water, because I get thirsty. Water. This will make it 6-2 in favor of the T side. Untamed Gaming. Viper took the pistol round very convincingly, but so far it's been nothing but the terrorist side. Seems like Viper does not know how to counteract their A aggression. Glory leading the way with 13 kills, having an ADR of 160. Most players on Viper are hovering around the 60 ADR mark. This is again another buy from the CT side. Having that max loss bonus, they are going to be able to have buys fairly often. This is a very quick B hit. That nade chunks 2 players down off start, but Slossy is the only person here, and he goes down on a peak against 5 players. Very unexpected from the Ts. CTs were not ready for that rush. They only had 1 player even towards the B site. Slossy dealt substantial nade damage, but it seems to no avail. They don't necessarily know how much damage they've done, so they might not go for it. Though they have chunked up the terrorist side. They did not have a second player to help with Slossy off start. This was the first round that the Ts have gone fast. Bagel God gets the opening kill. He gets the second one, and it looks like the CTs are going to try to back up, but that's probably not able to happen. All 5 go down, and all 5 terrorists are still standing, though a lot have taken damage. Timeout gets called for Viper, and I don't blame them. They need to do something about this train that is rolling over them. How do I chat? Hello. Okay. Round 10 is now underway. I added a nice idle chat. Lock takes 1. It's a fight for long. All 5 of the CTs went there, but all 5 of the CTs died there, taking 1 player down with them. The terrorist money is completely out of hand. They will most likely have money for the rest of the half, with 4 of their players having $16,000. Meanwhile, the CTs do scrape together a buy, and it looks like a very good one, but there is no money left in reserves. They need to take this opening fight, and they do, winning it. Op, and Biff comes out on top this time. Viper eSports with the opening pick. Crazy mollied off, and he decides to take the fight, dying in the process. The T's use this to their advantage as they start pressing up very quickly. Locke takes the first fight on the cat player, and he takes the win. He gets a second one, and tags a 3rd player down. I have no idea what's happening to the auto director, though. Locke is finally taken down, but he has tagged United? Sorry about that. He's tagged United down to 2 HP. The terrorists are hobbling onto the site. A sneeze will drop United. He has 1 flash, and that is all of the utility they have. JKR immediately headshots Slossy on the ramp. Biff takes 1 down. This player is stuck cat. Sorry, Goose. He does take the player long down, but Biff trades. A round on the board for Viper eSports, though it is costly, only having 1 player remain alive. Meanwhile, as I mentioned at the beginning of this round, the T's have a substantial bank. They're easily going to be able to buy back into this anything that they want. They could buy autos if they wanted. Oh, I didn't actually mean it. I didn't mean it. It seems like they are, in fact, going to use it. Let's see if they can do any damage on the cross. Slossy does get tagged up for 30, but Biff immediately responds back by taking a kill. That is the issue of going for that auto spam. They're down to a 5v4. That was a costly error. Mid smoke goes out. That is a one-way through doors. Biff can see under it. Bomb is stuck in T-spawn. They're just going for it now. They're still wary of that Opper. Nade from lower misses. 1 is thrown in return and is more true to its mark. Flash over cat to discourage any players from continuing to peek there. Biff is holding this angle, and he gets 1 kill, and he sees 1 more player. He knows that there's 1 more mid. This is good information for the CTs. As he hops up, he hops into 2 players that are watching that angle. Biff goes down mid, but immediately traded by Black Lion, and Slossy takes the final kill on B side. A very clean round for the CTs, and this is what they needed. They even recover the op for Biff. Very, very good round from the CTs. Very little damage. T's can easily bounce back, though, as they've been able to derail the CTs for the majority of the game. This time, they don't go with any sniper of any kind. No auto, no op. They might be going for more of a faster approach, especially with this flurry of people going out towards long. Two players die towards long, 1T1 CT. Crazy goes down to Bagel God, but Biff trades back. Seems like the trades are in favor of the T's, though, especially with Biff being hurt down. A couple of cat smokes are thrown. This is a one-way. Biff's barrel is spotted. Almost shot down, put down to 14. They do know that he's stuck elevator, though. They molly off sight. He is shot through the smoke, though Black Lion gets one more of his own. Back into a 2v2. Bomb is down T-spawn. Slossy has it, and he's watching it. Gets the kill on the player coming out from the longhouse. Biddy trying to find this bomb and the remaining players. He has an inkling where one is, and his instincts are going to prove useful as he takes out Black Lion. Only taking 40 damage in the process, down to a 1v1 with Slossy and Biddy. Both have a flashbang and both have kills in this round. Slossy has the bomb as well as the health advantage. Both have rifles that one tap to the head. Biddy is taking his time. He immediately repositioned after getting that kill, hoping to throw Slossy off guard. But now he's stepping. He realizes how little time he has. He's just going to run with his knife out. Slossy gets the easy kill. Biddy had very little options to go there, especially after taking so much time trying to walk all the way around. Slossy plays it correctly, and the T's have lost yet another round. Though their money, as I mentioned earlier, is overflowing. The op did get dropped in the process as well, so that key component to Viper's defense is now gone. Biff, who has been stellar on the op so far, is stuck on an AUG now. Downgrade, if you ask me. Meanwhile, the T's are just doing what they've normally done, other than the fact that they did abandon Longhouse. 4 players sit up towards B. The CTs get Longhouse control, and as such, they are now able to have 2 players towards B site, which they have not done all game. This is the first time they've had 2 players here. Bagel God goes up cat, drops down CT. They can anticipate that this is a B split after that kill, though Bagel God is able to cut off any rotations that the CTs want to throw at them. CTs are just standing firm, not moving, waiting for the terrorists to act. Seems that every player wants to hold their breath. Lion gets into an aim duel, and it seems like they want to go the mid to B split. Slossy gets 1 before getting traded. Lion is alone on site, getting 1, but he is quickly getting wrapped upon, and he goes down. Locke and Biff are the only 2 players remaining. All 3 T's are on the B site. Let's see if the CTs want to go for it. Right now, they're just sitting around CT spawn, unsure. It looks like they are retreating. Looks like a 9th on the board for Untamed Gaming. Who uses a default knife? Seriously. Oh, and come on, a knife with Japanese characters. Biff gets spotted out, but careless of JKR as he was jumping with his knife out. Biff gets caught out. Locke is the last CT left alive. But it looks like he is going to be safe. He is sitting in pit. The money is in very, very dire straits for the CTs. They will have almost no utility for this round unless they want to prioritize utility over the weaponry, as it seems Slossy does. He gets an MP9 as well as a smoke and a flash. Smoke is already used up. Just a flash now. 2 MP9s, a Scout, FAMAS, and an M4. The terrorists realize that they have superior weaponry as they have gone quickly up cat as well as long. JKR gets dinked down, but a double kill goes in the favor of the T's. And the CTs do not have control of long or cat. They're in a very tough spot. It's going to take some insane aim to get out of this, and there's one instant headshot, but a quick trade from Glory as they get bombed down, and it is planted for long. I don't see any way that CTs can win this. Slossy is slowly creeping through the smoke as he gets the opening kill, and he catches Glory off guard as well. He deals slight damage to the rest, but Biff goes down, and that's a 10-5 half in favor of Untamed Gaming. That was their desired half, but it was a dominant one nonetheless. I will come back to you after this break. Never mind, there's no break. I forgot, this isn't fucking ESEA. Never mind, this is ESEA. Thank you for coming back from the break. Alright, I don't know if I need to act more excited or less excited at different points. I'm just trying to commentate, especially as a single commentator. I don't want to be a hype caster with no other caster. Okay, pistol round in the second half. Untamed Gaming now on the CT side as they quickly boost 2 players up Cat. Bagel God is going pushing into the B tunnels as he gets the opening kill on Biff. That is the terrorist's highest performing player this season. Crazy gets quickly dinked down to 2 HP. I thought that the USP almost always one-shot headshot. That's very surprising that it didn't. Black Lion throws a smoke at mid doors and backs away. The B players from the CT side are also leaving there. Gamble is stacking towards A. Locke is tapped down, as does Crazy from United. Slossy goes down as well. United is looking for a 4K, and he will find it. 4K for United on the ramp. The T's were just running through the smoke, and they got picked off with relative ease. With lack of bomb plan, it seems as though 5 Glocks is going to be their mantra. They want to get Glocked. Nothing gets spotted when peeking mid with the scout. The MP9 takes a quick look into tunnels. Very little happens. Smoke extinguishes the molly, and all 5 of the players are lower tons going towards mid. One gets spotted by the scout. That is Locke. He's throwing a mid to B smoke. And it seems that their goal is to rush down this scout player, and they do. Now they're gonna try and overwhelm an MP9. Let's see how well they'll be able to do it. As they do. 2 players go down. Let's hope they can prioritize bomb plant. They managed to get bombed down, and that is a successful round. 3 players go down for the CT side, as well as the T's get a bomb plant. With only a smoke, flash, and a P250 invested, that is significant damage. They will have a huge weapon advantage over the CTs. They can get as many AKs and as much utility as they would like. Meanwhile, M4s with a decent amount of utility, or FAMASas, is what the CTs can afford. This is where the real game begins, even though it is 12-5. This is the desired half of Dust 2, with the desired weaponry for the terrorists. Some pop shots go through the smoke, and a tiny bit of pepper fire will tag down the players a little bit. Longhouse smoke is thrown out, as well as a flashbang to allow his peek. See if anybody's trying to rush through it. Black Lion is throwing a mid to B smoke as well as a flashbang just to mask their cover. This worked very well for the United Gaming side when they were on the T side. Cat smoke goes down. Players playing in the smoke, and it seems like he is going to catch them off guard. Black Lion is not caught off guard, though. He's expecting it. He's watching the smoke and takes down the player through it. JKR tried to be sneaky, but Black Lion was having none of it. Locke spots the player in CT, and it looks like Locke and Slossy are going to back off. They don't really want any part in that fight. Meanwhile, Black Lion does want a part in this fight. Takes down another player towards Cat, but goes down himself. Biff is flanking the flanker now. Quick tap to the head. Bagel God is down. Now it is just United IWNL in a 1-on-4 scenario. He takes down Slossy, but Locke instantly trades. All 5 go down for the CT side, and their money is shattered. Viper's hoping to capitalize on this, maybe string a couple of rounds together. CT side does buy up 4 deagles and a little bit of utility. They are not out of this round yet. They are hoping to win this. The only player with any money is United. He has 1800, but he still has a deagle as well as an incendiary. There's going to be a fast fight up cat. Crazy takes down 2. He hears a player underneath him, but 3 players go down in the process of Crazy taking 2 down. It is now a 2v3 in favor of the CTs very quickly. Biff sees the player on Xbox, and they take an open duel. Biff only taking 20 damage from that. Bagel God is on a quick flank with an AK picked up in his hands. The T's are sprinting out long. They know that the CTs will not have that great of a position. One player is flanking and one player is CT. The player CT only has a deagle, and he's not going to be of much use. They do plant for long, though, so the long player might be able to catch them off guard. Crazy lets go of the bomb plant. This wastes a decent amount of time. They don't know that the player's long, and he gets the opening kill. Biff with an incredible one-tap. He sees the player in CT, and he wins the duel out. That got very scary for the T side, though they still did win it. And that was a buy round from United Gaming, so as close as it did get and as scary as it did get for Viper Esports, that was a full buy from the CTs. T's are going to have a good buy themselves again. Just about full utility. The only player lacking in utility is Black Lion. He is also lacking in head armor, so these pistols will be lethal as a one-shot. Slossy is about to take the first duel with JKR, and he wins it in lower tunnels. Crazy takes a fight in upper. As they're trying to retreat, Crazy just chases them down. They got stuck on each other, and this is a very successful round so far for the T side. CTs do take 1 down, but it's not really going to affect much in the grand scheme of things, especially if they get this bomb down. They'll collect an extra $800. Slossy is waiting for Glory in lower tunnels, and he gets the kill. 1 player fell for the CT side. Sorry, for the T side. 12-8 in favor of United Gaming. Viper has clawed back 3 rounds in a row, and the money is still not great for the CT side. They might look to save 1 more round. They're going to quasi-buy. I'm interested to see what they can do with this. Couple of deagles, 5-7, Scout. Scout is a great combination with the deagles. 1 shot to the body from both is a kill on any player. CTs know that the T's know that CTs do not have that great of a buy, so they are going to work their way up cat. Very little utility remains for the CT side already. There goes their last flashbang. All they have now is a smoke. Crazy dry peaks, most likely unexpected to Untamed God, but unexpected to Crazy. He takes 85 damage by a ballsy play by Untamed United. I will not lose. I don't know what to call him, I'm sorry. Biddy is about to get into a fight with Black Lion. He wins it without taking any damage. That's a free AK, and he's able to fall back. There was no player there to trade Black Lion. Lock goes down mid as that's 2 weapons out of their hands into the CT's hands as well for free, as well as they've got a good read on this. They know that the majority of the T's are headed towards B site. They have AKs and armor, though they only have 1 flash remaining. The T's hold superior weaponry as well as superior utility. They go up cat. It seems like that will be the right call, as the only player towards that A site is Glory, who has the deagle. He gets 1 shot on the body off to Slossy, and then falls back, throws a molly hoping to deter them, but it's not really going to do much. Crazy gets the bomb down, and they are in a 3v3 retake. The T's have a lot of damage on them, but the CTs are in a tough spot. Glory flashes himself, and Crazy takes... Actually, sorry. Biddy flashes Glory. Biff takes a very easy kill, and it seems like with that kill, the remaining 2 CTs are going to take their trophies, their AKs, and fall back. They did some damage, and it seemed like they had a chance in this round. They gambled towards B, and the gamble seemingly did not pay off. Good call from the T side as they get a 4th round. Crazy does go down after time, but with $11,000, it's not really going to matter that much. It's more important for the CTs to keep their weaponry as now they can have a full buy with ops as well as full utility if they want it. They opt not to go for the op, but the T's want to. Black Lion on the op. He is holding mid as 3 players are going towards A for the T side. CTs want to throw some flashes to take along house control, as they do. Some utility is thrown towards B as well as A, and the T's are content with just wasting some of this utility from the CTs. As you can see, a lot of utilities are already expended from the CT side. Meanwhile, no damage has been taken for the T side, and no information has been gained for the CT side. We're currently at a standstill, 30 seconds into the round. No one has seen anyone, and no damage has really been taken. Crazy has taken 2 damage, and that's it. 1 tick of a molly. Everyone is applying the brakes hardcore. Smoke goes out towards Cat. Saucy gets spotted towards mid, as does Locke. Sorry, that is crazy. Bagel God fights with both, but no damage is really exchanged. As I say that, though, he goes through his own smoke, taking 1 down. Locke finds a player through the smoke, gets blinded. Was about to look window to see the guy with 16 HP, but can't find it. Locke ends up killing him. Saucy gets taken down through the smoke. That is bombs. Down through smoke. Locke gets the kill on Bagel God. Last 2 remaining players are both CT, and the T's lose. Dun dun dun. T's lose. That is the 13th on the board for Untamed Gaming. They finally managed to scrape a gun round on their CT side of Dust 2. Though they did have 2 players alive. It's a good look for them, and they've done some good damage every now and then. This is a fight for long off start. The player pit takes 92 damage. This is a brawl long. 5 players here. 4 go down for the T side. Locke is the last player alive, and they're anticipating he is there, especially with the bomb being down, though I doubt that they spotted it considering they backed up to car. Locke does have a flash as well as a Molotov and 75 HP, and a minute 15 to work with, though he gets hit for 20 off start, gets peppered with 1 bullet. Nade goes in and doesn't do much damage. He has put himself in pit. He is looking for these aim duels, but the aim duel comes to him. Bagel God with the 1-tap. Long range takes Locke down to secure round 14, with Viper Esports having very little in the way of money. A quick buy comes out from both Slossy and Crazy. It looks like they're going to fight for this, and they want everything they can in it. 2 Galils, 2 AKs, a decent amount of utility. 1 Tech 9. Let's see if the Rec 9 can come out yet again. 3 players from the CTs go long again. 1 player immediately falls back after just throwing a little bit of utility. The T's throw a Xbox smoke and immediately rush up it. They don't know if any player has actually advanced. Slossy's watching the mid player. Got ballsy and wanted to take that fight mid. No damage was exchanged, though, as both players fell back safely. With some utility expended on both sides, it is now in a stalemate yet again. Players from the T and CT side are spread all through the map, though the CTs do have significant control of long doors, and they want to also take B tunnels. They're biting back. They really want this. United rushes through long doors. Black Lion charges in with his Tech 9 off start. Crazy gets the trade as Crazy gets a 2nd kill. Down to 2 HP. That was a very close battle, but Crazy came out on top. We are now into a 3-on-2. Crazy at 2 HP, though. Seems like the CTs might want to go for this. T side does get the bomb down, and they are now in the post-plant scenario. Biff fascinated with the door, and he gets 1 kill very easily. Flash seemed to not blind anybody, and Glory is going to back out of there with his AK in hand. They probably don't know how tagged Crazy is, but it does not matter. Their initial attempt of retaking failed. This is a 10th on the board for Viper Esports. The money is not in a great scenario for Untamed Gaming. We're going to see if they want to buy or not. The money is also not in that great of a scenario for the T side either, though they have an easier time buying than the CT side. I wish the auto director did not suck as much as it did. CTs do buy back into this round. It seems like they want to end this now. They do bring an op into it, as well as 3 M4s with 1 FAMAS supporting it. 3 players again towards long off start. 1 again just with a flash. The T's have a unorthodox approach. 5 players in tunnels. It seems like they might do a tunnels pop. The Opera is the only player holding towards B. 1 molly will flush out his position, and they have enough mollies to do so. If they go for it now, this might be the right call. Bagel God gets the opening kill. Lock trades back immediately. They didn't even need to use a Molotov to flush out his position. Seems that Untamed Gaming is completely okay with giving up this site and just playing retake. A molly goes out window. A nade goes through door. They're going to have to wait a little bit for this utility to fade, but they are playing the retake game. They're okay with playing retake. Saucy finds a way behind them, and he takes 1 down, realizing that they're trying to save. He just tried to catch them out. Almost died himself, but took 1 down before he was even caught. He takes another, as that was a risky peek from United. Saucy is still hunting. He finds a 3rd, goes down to the 3rd, though. Glory will not have his head cleaned. Some good economy damage for the T side onto the CTs. Seems that the CTs are going to have to save or do with less than ideal weaponry. T's, meanwhile, have as much utility and any weapons that they want. Xbox smoke goes out off start. They don't want the CTs knowing where they are. CTs bought very little in the way of this round, and it seems like that is going to be good for them. 1 player goes down. Biff gets taken out by a deagle from a shot from Bagel God. Crazy immediately trades. Sibam comes through the smoke, but nothing comes of it. Let's see if the CTs want to retake this. They do have 2 weapons saved from the previous round. And they don't have great money, and this game is approaching a tie. They do throw the tunnel smoke as they get a flash, they get an opening kill. It's down to a 1v1 in a very short period of time. Saucy down to a 1v1. Both players don't have much HP, but there was no kit for the CTs. Excuse me, there was a kit down. It just was not on the player that was in the 1v1. Seemed that both players are running out of ammo. CTs get to buy up in this round. That is probably the reason that they went for that retake. T's again have money, though it is beginning to run out. Only player with any money is Saucy, as he has been the last one alive for the last couple of rounds. Locke gets the opening kill. He takes the aim fight that Glory wanted. But United takes it back. They weren't expecting that. Saucy and Locke both go down. Good spray control as he hits 2 headshots in a very quick succession. They were not expecting a peek just after his comrade went down. They're going to have to pick up bomb here. Seems like Lion wants the utility on the ground. As he had none, he gets an additional molly from the fallen sloth. Flash over Longhouse as well as a smoke. They're going to back up off of this, and little do they know that the 2 T's are actually in there. The T's fall back after that smoke goes out. They don't want any part of it. They're now going towards middle. CTs are playing a standard 2-2 setup with 4 players alive. Crazy is probing up towards Cat, though he didn't spot the player Goose. He might have just now, but the player Goose might have also spotted him. All 3 of the T's are now up Cat. They're throwing their utility, and it seems like their execute destination is A. Molotov goes out in front of the smoke and ramp. JKR gets dinked down for 60 damage off start. Crazy goes down, but as does United. Flash goes out as well as a nade onto the site. No damage and no position has come of it. 2v3. Black Lion takes Bagel God down, taking 80% damage in the meantime. Biddy knows he's hurt, and he knows he's in this scenario. He takes him down with a headshot, jumps up, goes for the quickly, but Biff is able to kill the remaining 2 players who were both severely wounded. This leaves the CTs in a very tough spot. They can either decide to buy into this round and give themselves 2 rounds to get to 15, or they can save this round, let Viper Esports tie it up, and try and win the next round. Seems like that's what they're going to do. They're going to concede and let Viper tie it up. Or at least that's what I can speculate with them having only pistols. 3 players do have Kevlar, though. 1 player has a flash and 1 player has a smoke, that being Biddy and United. Three players are towards that A site, though. So it seems that their instincts are correct with this. Flash goes out for Lion. He checks pit. Nothing doing long, though, as they have the superior weaponry. The CTs do not really want to fight that long distance with deagles against AKs. A flash goes out! And United gets 2, though he drops a molly at his feet, dealing 40 damage to Slossy, but he deals 40 damage and gets 2 kills. But the T's are able to quickly mitigate the damage, losing no other players. Black Lion takes a lot of damage. Slossy takes nothing more after that, and they get the remaining 3 players in a 2-on-3 now. The CTs are in a tough spot to retake, especially with these taps from long distance. Black Lion takes JKR down, who had a 5-7. It was a tough fight. Black Lion goes down himself, but Slossy takes the kill. That is a tied game at 14-14. All players on both sides are doing their part, as we will see a match pause from Untamed Gaming. They can have anything that they want. All players had $6,000 or more, or roughly around $6, I should say. T's also seem to have almost anything that they want. We'll see if they want to get an op out. Doesn't seem like it, as Biff was just dropped an AK in spawn. Back-to-back pauses here. Seems like one side would really like to discuss something that will go down in this round. Man, this is tiring. This is one game. How do casters cast like 4 best of 3s in one day? Like, that's insane. 12 hours of just talking? I can never imagine that. But Biff does in fact buy an op. He had a long spawn, so it makes a lot of sense. Okay. This is the penultimate round. This will decide who gets to map point first. Biff is going for the long peak, though this is the first round in a very long time that they have not sent anyone there. 1 player is up on cat, 1 player CT, though the Xbox smoke has come out. T's have taken a lot of long aggression in this round. The CTs have taken none of it. This was a good gamble by the T side. They get an opper into pit. They can now take free snipes towards that A site. And the players on A do not know that the T's got out that far. This is going to be a dangerous call. CTs, though, do have numbers in their favor. They have 3 players towards that A site, as well as 1 player towards mid to quickly rotate off. So they are expending a lot of utility up cat, with there being no players from the T side up cat. And here is the execute from the T side. They are going in fast. It would be really helpful if Auto Director decided to put us towards that. Crazy takes the opening kill. That was quickly traded back. 3 players are down in quick succession. 2 on the site as well as 1 towards Cat. A molly directly thrown into a smoke. I don't know what Saucy was thinking about that. But I do know what the CTs are thinking. Save. Try and fight for that tie. This was a 12-5 game. Seemed as though it might have been out of hand for Viper Esports, but instead they will take map point and match point first. Having 4 players alive here, they will be able to buy back everything into the next round. They even save the op. CT saved their op as well. T's do know that they have it, though, as he was spamming through mid doors the entire round. Not much money is going to exist for the CT side. They do have max loss bonus, but Glory's on 3,400. United was on 4,300. Untamed is only on 4,700. T side has been on an enormous roll. It was 12-5. It has been a 10-2 thus far. Let's see if Untamed Gaming will be able to stop this bleeding. It doesn't seem like it, as they are just rushing B, and it is unexpected. Slossy takes the opening kill, sustaining no damage. There was no other players on site either, nor anyone near site. This is a 5v4 retake. Sorry, a 4v5 retake. Favoring the T's, they are on a very difficult bomb site to retake. They have never... Actually, I can't say that. I don't believe that they have retaken this site this game. They do have the retake utility. They do know the positioning. The opening flash nets them a kill, locked down, but a flash comes back. Biff gets caught out. It's a 2v2. Crazy gets taken down, and the last player is back plat. It is in the form of Slossy, but they know it. Time is running out, though. Slossy just needs to bait out the time. He gets the opening kill, and he takes down 2 Slossy to win the clutch. That wins the game. 3K for Sloth. 16-14 is the game. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Viper Esports versus Untamed Gaming. Until next time. Thank you.